Have you noticed how quickly a normal grocery trip can change? One week, everything looks completely ordinary. The next week, prices are different. Promotions disappear. Certain products move faster than usual. And items you thought would always be sitting on the shelf suddenly become harder to find. That's why the beginning of a new month can be a good reminder to look at what you're running low on. September 1st, 2026 is approaching. And instead of waiting until the last minute to replace everyday essentials, it may make sense to check your pantry now. Not because every grocery store is about to run out of food, but because smart shopping is usually about preparation rather than panic. If you already know your household uses something regularly, buying it while it's available and reasonably priced can save you from making an unnecessary emergency trip later. And there's another advantage. Some grocery items can be stored for much longer than others. That means you can gradually build a small reserve without filling your entire home with food. Today we're counting down 10 grocery items worth considering before September 1st, 2026. These aren't random products. We're focusing on practical foods that can be used regularly, stored conveniently, and incorporated into normal household meals. Some are pantry staples. Some can help stretch other ingredients. And a few may be items you've overlooked during your regular shopping trips. But remember, don't buy something simply because a video tells you to stockpile it. Check your existing supply first. Look at expiration and best before dates. Consider your household's dietary needs. And only buy quantities you can realistically store and use. The goal isn't panic buying. The goal is smart rotation. Buy what you use what you buy, and replace it gradually. Before we get into the list, subscribe to Preparedness and turn on notifications. We upload new videos daily with practical grocery tips, preparedness strategies, food storage ideas, and emergency planning information to help you stay informed and ready. Now let's count down 10 grocery items to consider buying before September 1st, 2026. Starting with number 10. Number 10. Canned tomatoes. Starting at number 10 is a grocery item that can turn several basic pantry ingredients into completely different meals. Canned tomatoes. They're inexpensive in many stores, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. You can use them to make pasta sauce. Add them to soups. Mix them into rice and beans. Use them in chili. Or combine them with vegetables and spices for a simple one-pot meal. That's what makes canned tomatoes useful for preparedness. You're not buying a single meal. You're buying an ingredient that can become many different meals. They also don't require refrigeration while unopened, which makes them convenient for pantry storage. When shopping, you may see several varieties. Whole peeled tomatoes, diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, and seasoned versions. Choose the types your household actually uses. There's no benefit in buying a large quantity of a product that will sit untouched. Pay attention to the cans themselves. Avoid cans that are swollen, leaking, or severely damaged. Store them somewhere cool and dry, away from direct sunlight and excessive heat. It's also smart to rotate your supply. Put newer cans behind older ones and use the older products first. That way, you're constantly maintaining a usable pantry rather than building a pile of forgotten cans. Canned tomatoes also pair well with many other grocery staples. A can of tomatoes can add flavor and moisture to grains, beans, pasta, vegetables, and protein. That can make simple pantry meals feel much more complete. And if you're watching your grocery budget, buying a few extra cans during a normal sale can sometimes be more practical than waiting until you suddenly need them. Canned tomatoes earn the number 10 spot because they're affordable, versatile, shelf-stable, and useful across a wide range of everyday meals. And the next grocery item is something that can provide a quick source of protein without requiring refrigeration. Number 9. Canned tuna. At number 9 is a grocery item that can quietly become one of the most useful things in your pantry. Canned tuna. It's compact, ready to eat, and provides a convenient source of protein without requiring refrigeration while unopened. That makes it especially practical for busy days, power outages, or situations when you simply don't want to cook an elaborate meal. You can mix canned tuna with mayonnaise and seasonings for a quick sandwich filling. Add it to pasta. Mix it with rice. Serve it with crackers. Or combine it with vegetables to create a simple meal. That's the kind of flexibility you want when you're building a practical grocery reserve. There are also different varieties to choose from. Some cans contain tuna packed in water. Others are packed in oil. You can also find different cuts and flavor combinations. Compare the labels and choose what your household actually enjoys. If sodium is a concern, look for lower sodium options where available. Storage is straightforward. Keep unopened cans in a cool, dry pantry. Avoid excessive heat. And rotate your supply so older cans are used first. As with other canned foods, inspect the container before opening. Avoid cans that are swollen, leaking, badly rusted, or severely damaged. And once opened, refrigerate any leftovers and follow the product's recommended storage guidance. Canned tuna earns the number 9 spot because it provides convenient protein, requires no refrigeration before opening, and can be used in several quick meals. It's also easy to combine with other pantry staples. A can of tuna plus pasta, vegetables, or rice can become a completely different meal depending on how you season it. That's exactly what makes versatile grocery items valuable. And the next item is something that can help turn ordinary pantry ingredients into a filling breakfast or snack. Number 8. Oatmeal. At number 8 is one of the simplest breakfast staples you can keep on hand. Oatmeal. It's inexpensive, easy to prepare, and extremely easy to customize. A basic container of oats can become breakfast in just a few minutes. Add milk or powdered milk. Mix in fruit. Add cinnamon. Use nuts or seeds. Or simply sweeten it with whatever you already have available. That flexibility makes oatmeal especially useful when grocery choices become limited. You don't need a complicated recipe. You just need oats, water, and a way to heat them. And if you're preparing for a situation where electricity may not be available, having a reliable alternative cooking method is important. Oats also store reasonably well when kept dry and protected from moisture. Keep the package sealed. Store it somewhere cool and dry. And protect it from pantry pests. When buying oatmeal, you'll usually find several options. Old-fashioned rolled oats, quick oats, steel-cut oats, and flavored instant varieties. Choose according to how your household actually eats. Plain rolled oats are particularly versatile because you can turn them into both sweet and savory meals. And buying larger quantities isn't always necessary. Start with enough to fit your normal consumption. Then rotate it regularly. That prevents your pantry from becoming a collection of foods you bought for an emergency but never learned how to use. Oatmeal earns the number 8 spot because it's affordable, filling, easy to prepare, and flexible enough to work with many other grocery staples. It can also provide a simple breakfast when you don't have access to a full kitchen. And the next grocery item is something that can add protein and texture to meals without taking up much pantry space. Number 7. Canned green beans. At number 7 is a simple vegetable that can be surprisingly valuable when fresh produce isn't available. Canned green beans. Fresh vegetables are great, but they don't always last long. Canned green beans give you a convenient way to keep vegetables available without relying on refrigeration. They're already cooked. They can be eaten as a side dish, added to soups, mixed into casseroles, combined with rice, or served alongside canned proteins. That makes them incredibly easy to work into everyday meals. When you're building a grocery reserve, that's important. You don't want every stored item to require a complicated recipe. Sometimes you just want to open a can, heat it, season it, and have something ready. Canned green beans also come in different varieties. Regular cut, French style, low sodium, and seasoned options. If you're watching sodium intake, compare labels and choose accordingly. For storage, keep unopened cans in a cool, dry place. Avoid areas with high heat or excessive humidity. And rotate your cans regularly. Place newer purchases behind older ones so the oldest cans get used first. Before opening, inspect the can. Avoid containers that are leaking, severely rusted, swollen, or badly damaged. Once opened, refrigerate leftovers and follow the storage guidance on the product. One of the biggest benefits of canned vegetables is convenience. During a busy week, they can save preparation time. During an emergency, they can provide an easy vegetable option when fresh produce isn't readily available. And they pair well with many pantry staples: rice, pasta, beans, canned meats, soups, and sauces. Canned green beans earn the number 7 spot because they're affordable, convenient, shelf-stable, and provide a simple way to keep vegetables in your pantry. And now we're moving into the top 6. The next grocery item is something that can make simple meals much more satisfying. Number 6. Crackers. We're now in the top 6. At number 6 is one of those grocery items that can become incredibly useful when you need something quick, simple, and easy to store. Crackers. They may not seem like an emergency staple at first, but crackers can serve several purposes in a practical pantry. You can eat them as a quick snack. Pair them with canned tuna or other shelf-stable proteins. Serve them with soup. Eat them with cheese. Or use them as a simple carbohydrate source when you don't want to prepare a full meal. That convenience matters. Not every emergency meal needs to involve cooking from scratch. Sometimes you need something you can open and eat immediately. Crackers can fill that role. But not all crackers are equally suitable for longer storage. Their quality can decline when exposed to moisture. They can become stale. And certain varieties contain oils that can eventually affect flavor and freshness. That's why packaging matters. Keep unopened crackers in a cool, dry pantry. Protect them from humidity and heat. And check the package for the manufacturer's recommended storage conditions. If you're buying extra packages before September, don't purchase more than your household can realistically rotate. Use the oldest packages first. Then replace them with newer ones. This keeps your supply fresher and reduces waste. You can also choose crackers based on how you plan to use them. Plain crackers can be more versatile. Whole grain varieties may offer different nutritional characteristics. Flavored crackers can add variety but may have additional ingredients or shorter quality windows. Read the label and choose according to your household. Crackers earn the number 6 spot because they're convenient, easy to combine with other foods, and useful when you need a quick meal or snack without much preparation. And now we're down to the final 5. The next grocery item is something that can provide a sweet option while also making simple pantry meals much more enjoyable. Number 5. Peanut butter. We're now in the top 5. At number 5 is a grocery item that can be incredibly useful when you're looking for something filling, convenient, and easy to combine with other foods. Peanut butter. It's one of those products that can work as breakfast, a snack, or an ingredient. Spread it on bread. Add it to crackers. Mix it into oatmeal. Pair it with fruit. Or use it in certain sauces and recipes. That flexibility makes it valuable for a household pantry. Peanut butter also provides fat and protein, which can make a simple snack feel much more satisfying. And unlike fresh foods, an unopened jar doesn't require freezer space. But there's an important detail. Not every peanut butter product has the same storage characteristics. Natural peanut butter can behave differently from conventional varieties, especially once opened. Always check the label for storage instructions. Keep unopened jars in a cool, dry place according to the manufacturer's guidance. Once opened, follow the product's recommendations regarding refrigeration. It's also smart to check the ingredients. Some peanut butters contain added sugar, salt, or oils. Others contain very simple ingredients. Choose what fits your household. If you're buying extra jars before September 1st, don't simply buy the largest quantity you can find. Consider how quickly your household normally uses peanut butter. Then build a reserve around that consumption. Rotation is important. Use older jars first and replace them as you go. Peanut butter earns the number 5 spot because it's versatile, filling, easy to combine with other pantry foods, and useful for quick meals when you don't have time or resources for complicated cooking. And now we're down to the final 4. The next grocery item can help you prepare meals that feel much more complete. Number 4. Canned chicken. We're down to the final 4. At number 4 is another practical source of protein that can make a huge difference when fresh meat isn't available. Canned chicken. Unlike fresh chicken, Unopened canned chicken doesn't require freezer space. That makes it convenient for everyday pantry storage and useful during situations when refrigeration may be limited. You can use canned chicken in sandwiches. Mix it into pasta. Add it to rice. Use it in soup. Make chicken salad. Or combine it with vegetables and seasonings for a quick meal. That's the real advantage. One can become several different meals depending on what else you have available. When shopping, compare the labels. Some canned chicken products contain more sodium than others. You may also find different seasonings and preparation styles. Choose the option that fits your household's normal diet. Storage is straightforward. Keep unopened cans in a cool, dry place. Avoid excessive heat. And rotate them regularly. Put newer cans behind older ones so you're always using the oldest stock first. Before opening a can, inspect it carefully. Don't use cans that are swollen, leaking, severely rusted, or badly damaged. After opening, refrigerate unused portions and follow the product's storage instructions. Canned chicken can also be especially useful for quick meals. Imagine having rice, canned chicken, vegetables, and a few seasonings. You can turn those simple ingredients into a complete meal without needing fresh meat from the grocery store. That's exactly the kind of flexibility worth considering when building a household reserve. Canned chicken earns the number 4 spot because it's shelf-stable, convenient, protein-rich, and easy to combine with other pantry foods. And now we're down to the final 3. The next item is something many people overlook until they suddenly need it. Number 3. Shelf-stable tortillas. We're down to the final 3. At number 3 is a grocery item that can turn several ordinary ingredients into a quick meal. Shelf-stable tortillas. Depending on the product, some packaged tortillas can be stored unopened at room temperature for a considerable period. They're convenient because they can become the foundation for several different meals. Fill them with canned chicken. Add beans. Use tuna. Add vegetables. Spread on peanut butter. Or turn them into simple wraps with whatever ingredients you already have. That flexibility is especially useful when you're trying to make your pantry foods less repetitive. Instead of eating the same ingredients from a bowl every day, you can turn them into wraps, quesadillas, or other simple meals depending on what you have available. When shopping, pay close attention to the package. Not every tortilla is shelf-stable. Some require refrigeration immediately. Others are designed to remain at room temperature while unopened. Follow the manufacturer's storage instructions exactly. Check the best before date before purchasing extra packages. And inspect the packaging for damage. Once opened, storage requirements can change. Follow the label's instructions and watch for signs of spoilage such as mold or unusual odor. Shelf-stable tortillas are also useful because they don't require much preparation. You can eat them with ready-to-eat fillings or warm them quickly when you have a cooking method available. If you're planning to keep them as part of an emergency pantry, rotate them. Use older packages first. Then replace them. That keeps your supply practical instead of letting packages sit forgotten at the back of a cabinet. Shelf-stable tortillas earn the number 3 spot because they can turn simple pantry ingredients into convenient meals without requiring complicated preparation. And now we're down to the final 2. The next grocery item is one of those basic foods that can make a huge difference when you need something quick and filling. Number 2. Canned soup. We're down to the final 2. At number 2 is one of the easiest grocery items to keep on hand when you want something filling with minimal preparation. Canned soup. Soup can be incredibly useful because it combines multiple ingredients into one convenient package. Depending on the variety, you may get vegetables, noodles, beans, meat, or other ingredients in the same can. And when you're tired, busy, or dealing with a situation where cooking options are limited, that convenience can matter. You can heat a can of soup and eat it as a meal. Use it as a base for a larger dish. Add rice or pasta. Combine it with vegetables. Or pair it with crackers or bread. That gives you several ways to stretch one product. When shopping, look beyond the front of the label. Check sodium levels. Look at serving sizes. Compare ingredients. And consider whether your household actually enjoys the flavors you're buying. There are countless varieties available. Chicken noodle. vegetable, tomato, lentil, bean, and many others. You don't need to buy every variety. Choose a few that your household already eats. Storage is simple. Keep unopened cans in a cool, dry location. Avoid excessive heat and direct sunlight. Rotate them regularly so older cans are used first. And inspect the can before opening. Avoid cans that are swollen, leaking, severely rusted, or badly damaged. Once opened, refrigerate leftovers and follow the storage instructions on the label. Canned soup is also useful because it can provide a meal when you don't have the time or resources to prepare everything from scratch. That's especially valuable during storms, power disruptions, busy workdays, or other unexpected situations. Canned soup earns the number 2 spot because it's convenient, versatile, easy to store, and can provide a ready-made meal with very little preparation. And now we've reached number 1. The final grocery item is something many households use constantly, and keeping a little extra on hand can make everyday grocery planning much easier. Number 1. Canned beans. We've reached number 1. And this is one of the most practical grocery items you can keep in your pantry before September 1st, 2026. Canned beans. They're inexpensive compared with many other protein sources. They're ready to eat. They don't require refrigeration while unopened, and they can be used in an enormous number of meals. You can add them to rice. Mix them into soups. Use them in chili. Make bean salads. Add them to wraps. Or simply season and eat them as a side dish. That versatility is what makes canned beans so valuable. You're not buying one specific meal. You're buying an ingredient that can become several different meals depending on what else you have available. And because they're already cooked, they can save you time and cooking fuel compared with starting with dry beans. When shopping, you'll find many different varieties. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, pinto beans, cannellini beans, and more. Choose the varieties your household actually enjoys. It's also worth comparing sodium levels. If you prefer lower sodium options, look for those on the shelf. For storage, keep unopened cans in a cool, dry location. Avoid excessive heat and direct sunlight. Rotate your cans regularly. Put newer purchases behind older ones and use the oldest cans first. Before opening any can, inspect it carefully. Avoid cans that are swollen, leaking, severely rusted, or badly damaged. Once opened, refrigerate leftovers and follow the product's storage guidance. Canned beans also work especially well with other pantry staples. Combine them with rice and vegetables. Add them to canned soup. Mix them with pasta. Or season them with whatever herbs and spices you already have. That ability to stretch other ingredients is exactly why they're so useful. Canned beans earn the number 1 spot because they're affordable, convenient, shelf-stable, versatile, and capable of becoming part of countless everyday meals. So there you have it. 10 grocery items worth considering before September 1st, 2026. Canned tomatoes, canned tuna, oatmeal, canned green beans, crackers, peanut butter, canned chicken, shelf-stable tortillas, canned soup, and canned beans. But remember, the goal isn't to panic buy. It's to shop smarter. Before you purchase anything, check what you already have. Look at expiration and best before dates. Consider your family's normal eating habits. And only buy quantities you can store safely and realistically use. A good grocery reserve isn't created in one shopping trip. It's built gradually. You buy a little extra when it makes sense. You rotate your supply. You use what you store. And you replace what you use. That approach can help you avoid unnecessary last-minute shopping while keeping useful foods available at home. And if prices change or certain products become temporarily harder to find, having a small reserve can give you more flexibility. You don't need a huge stockpile. You need a practical one. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Prepper Pulse and turn on notifications. We upload new videos daily with practical preparedness tips, grocery advice, food storage ideas, and emergency planning strategies to help you stay informed and ready. Stay prepared, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.